Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another ride on the big old beast, the Monster Pro. I'm out. It's fairly early morning. It's about 6 degrees outside, so nice and chilly. I've got my heated jacket on, and I've got my extra padding inside my motorcycle trousers, so it's nice and cozy. But the hands are cold, and I think I need to start taping up all the vents on the helmet to keep the cold at bay. But today I'm going to be out on the Monster Pro. I'm going to go down the canal. It's quite wet, so I'll see how far I can go. But I want to do a bit of a range test. It's not going to be a 100-mile ride, so I want to see if I can do at least 30 miles and just see how far I get the battery down. So just to get an idea. I don't think I'm going to be able to smash out 100 miles. The weather has just not been great. But guys, come along and enjoy the ride. Okay, first I just went through a small little section where it's fairly wet, and I think I'm gonna have to clean my trousers because it's kicking up all over the wheel. Check here. This is just 100 meters. I don't know what these guys think when they build wheels without a mudguard. It's like building a car without mudguards, or a motorbike without mudguards. It doesn't compute really. Just sort of to give some further feedback. I've been spending a bit of time on the wheel during the week, just after work, just jumping on the wheel and just riding around my local town. And I must say, it's a fairly agile, I wouldn't say super agile wheel, but it's fairly agile for such a big wheel, if you put that into perspective. But it's yeah, I was very surprised. And the thing is, it's something that I got really quickly used to. Because it's easy to ride. It's so solid, meaning that the battery packs are low on the sides, and probably the weight as well. It's just a very solid, easy to ride wheel. But the thing is, the one thing that does get me, and I think this is what a lot of people is also saying, that if you don't have any leverage on the wheel, it's very slow to respond to anything. I think without the Clark pads on, or any power pad style pads on the side, this thing would be just very slow to respond going forward. And I would probably think that it's going to be quite dangerous when you're going fast and you want to slow it down without pads and you don't have anything to really give you that leverage. But again, this is now, if I now think some heavier riders want a big wheel to do long distance riding, and they just want to cruise really. So again, it's for different people, different uses. Just to cover that point again about the slow response, just to add some additional notes to it. Oh man, it's proper sloppy. I'm quite impressed with this tire and how it grips on this sloppy conditions. I wish I took the mud guard, to be honest. but to get back to that to that point, a lot of people don't want to go super fast and brake super hard and ride massive technical trails and whatever. They just want to really get on these wheels, stand up or sit down and just ride. There's more gliding, just cruising, man. And if you are in the market for something like that, and a lot of people at the high end don't care about the money. Hey, £3,500, boom, man! They just want a big, comfortable wheel. It works, man. It's lovely. I would just buy a mud guard. That's sort of the only thing that I can add to this. That would, even if you ride in dry conditions, if you do get caught out in a little bit of rain, or even dust or anything being kicked up on the rear, a mud guard is definitely a big old plus. But yeah, you know, as I was saying in a few of my previous videos, there's a different wheel and a different liking to a wheel for different people, and that's why we are so lucky to have such a massive range of wheels at the moment to choose from. You can choose Gotway, you can go Kingsong, you can go In Motion. There's the Extreme Bull now. You know, there's just such a massive range of looks and sizes and whatever, and it's just really nice to be able to have that. Very impressed with this tire performing in this this muddy conditions. I must say, with my S18 in this type of muddy conditions, the tire is just way too smooth. Where the Sherman would just be way better with a knobby tire. But yeah, it's caked up. Look at that. That is just from, and I'm not even going fast at all. Okay, so let's quickly run through the specs. And listen, you can probably find this on most of the websites that sell these things. But for the guys that don't know the specs of this wheel, and while watching the video, you might as well just get the specs. So let's just quickly run through it. Battery, it's a 3600 watt hour battery, 100 volt wheel. I'm sitting at 97 volts at the moment. It comes with a 3 amp charger. It is max load, so for the heavier riders, this thing can carry up to 286 pounds. The motor's power is a 3500 watt motor, so a beast of a motor. And you know, as I said earlier, I think with side pads you can get more out of this motor. It's a hollow motor design, and the weight is 88 pounds. So I think it's, as far as I understand, it's just over 40 kilograms. And the no load speed is about 65 miles per hour. And then the tire size is a 24 inch, 3 inch wide tire. But yeah, amazing, man. It's sort of amazing. I haven't ridden the previous Monster Pros, but there's such a lot of guys that actually enjoy these wheels. They're big, they are comfortable, they just ride really nice. But you know, it's for what you, the rider out there, want to use these wheels for. Just a quick little note as well. As you can see, I'm riding the trails without any problems. I can't go very fast, but I wouldn't be going fast on any of my wheels because it's so slippery and muddy. But you can do it, you know. That's what I say. You can do this on I can probably do this on my on my M103 without any issues. Probably a little bit more of a knobby tire, but you know, you can pretty much ride any wheel on these trails. Just depends if it's really built for it. I would feel sorry for the M10III putting it through this. But with this big wheel, it just glides over this trail, and it's very comfortable. And it's just like this is pretty much one of the things that this wheel is doing really well, is the comfort. Beautiful. I don't know if you can hear the mushiness, but another bit of feedback. It's especially if you want to turn, it's too slow. It's a bit big. But that is what I'm expecting. Whoa, 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 shoosh. I thought I'm gonna go down there. The wheel was just train tracking on this narrow little footpath. Not good. But even taking this top path that's usually quite bouncy, it just takes it like a champ because of the big wheel, big diameter, massive one. So you guys watching that has got a Monster Pro, drop some comments below and give me 2 reasons why you would push someone or recommend this wheel to someone. I would just like to really get your feedback. You know, it'd be quite interesting. Firstly, why you bought the wheel, and why you would recommend this wheel, this specific wheel, to other riders that you meet. You know, probably not for a first wheel, but yeah, drop some comments below. I would really like to know your feedback. Let's just do a quick little check on the stats. I think I'm not going to get to the 30 miles this morning, but let's have a quick look. Okay, so this is a 10-mile update, and I'm sitting at 10.3 miles. This is usually my spot where I turn around to get a 10-mile ride in, and a round trip for 20 miles. So this is pretty much to work and back. It's been quite slow going, so you know, it's not going to expect massive speed in the sloppy conditions. Hey man, doing it for the fun of it. I love riding, even if the weather is crap. So I'm sitting at 10.3 miles. The battery is sitting at 84%, and the temperature is 41.5 degrees on the board. And I've been riding for an hour. So yeah, it says miles remaining 147. That's quite interesting. This is the new board, the upgraded board as well. So yeah, 84% battery life after 10.3 miles. Okay, gonna turn around and let's see what the stats looks like when I get home. Let's get going. Okay, so I am done with my ride. I did 21 miles, and the temperature of the board is sitting at 39, max speed 30 miles per hour, and we're sitting on 71% battery life, and it was an hour and 40 minutes and average speed of 16 miles per hour. But this wheel is caked up, man. I am caked up. I just want to quickly show you. Look at my backpack. This is not good at all. I'm gonna have to clean it give it a proper deep clean. And I can probably think my trousers is also like caked up on the rear. Okay guys, that is me all done for today. Just some final thoughts that I picked up, and this really covers any large heavy wheel. When you do go over any curbs or whatever, just be careful. Just make sure your tire is properly inflated, and you put some bounce into it. With these bigger wheels, like the same for the Sherman, anything that's heavy, you put such a lot of pressure on that wheel when you actually go over a curb. When you go down, it's not so bad because it drops down on a flat surface, but as soon as you get to a sharp edge or whatever, it just really gives you that pinch flats and all those type of things you don't really want. And because all your weight and the wheel just pushes onto that single point, it can cause some troubles. So just some final thoughts on this 20-mile ride. Now, to be honest, the conditions was not ideal. This is not a wheel that I would use next to the canal at all. It's too heavy, it's too big, it's too unwieldy, and it's too muddy as well. You know, it's not the ideal conditions. If you hit the road like my last few miles back to home, it's perfect. As soon as it gets on the road, it's just really nice. Yeah, I would probably rate this wheel, for me personally, for what I use it for and how I enjoyed this morning's ride. There was a lot of places where I felt very uncomfortable and not sure-footed. Again, it's because it's very muddy. I would probably rate it about 6-7 out of 10 for this ride. And again, if this is open road, dry, this would be way better, covering big miles. Quite surprised on the range. I was expecting the battery to be much higher, but again, it might be the curve that drops down. You get more miles in the mid chunk of the battery. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna give the wheel a big old clean, and then I think I'm hopefully gonna try and get out for one more ride. Also want to give you guys some feedback on the Clark pads, or pads in general, what I thought from a rider that's not used pads at all. It's quite interesting, so watch out for that video. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you have any questions, comments or feedback on this wheel, please drop them in the comments below, and I will see you on the next ride. Cheers.